Action resumes in the leagues across Europe this weekend following a 2-week international break. Manchester City against Liverpool at the Etihad will surely get some heads turned this weekend. Let's look at some of the weekend's fixtures in this report.
Enugu Rangers will travel to the Rangpam Stadium in an attempt to spoil Plateau United's party on the last day of the Nigerian Professional Football League season. With just a point separating them from second-placed MFM FC, the fixture against the defending champions.
Okay, Nigeria are hoping to persuade a Swansea City teenager Temi Abraham to play for the Super Eagles rather than England. The striker, who's on loan from Chelsea, was born in London but can play for Nigeria through his father. The 19-year-old has already played for England at youth level but can still switch allegiances because he's yet to play for the Three Lions. Nigeria have in the past successfully snapped up former England youth internationals with Victor Moses, Alex Iwobi, Sonny Aluko, Shola Amiobi and Olaino having all transferred. NFF President Amaju Penek believes the Super Eagles' growing strength can help persuade players with dual nationality to commit their future to Nigeria. Abraham has got 2 goals in his opening 4 games for Swansea. And the 2016-17 Nigeria Professional Football League season comes to a close this weekend with the race for the title to be decided on the final day. Playing just their second season in the top flight, MFMFC are hoping to upstage Plateau United in the season's finale on Saturday. Just 1 point separates both sides going into the final round of fixtures. Plateau are home against Enugu Rangers while MFM are away at Academy Warriors.
Enugu Rangers will travel to the Rangpam Stadium in an attempt to spoil Plateau United's party on the last day of the Nigerian Professional Football League season. With just a point separating them from second-placed MFM FC, the fixture against the defending champions doesn't come any more tricky. The Peace Boys' last 3 matches have been far from impressive, with only a point to show for their efforts. And after another stumble in Bauchi where they were beaten by Wiki Tourist 1-0 last Sunday, the coach Kennedy Boboye side must pick all 3 points against Rangers or pick up a draw and hope MFM fail to pick maximum points to claim the top flight crown. After securing a CAF Champions League place with a victory over Nasarawa United on Sunday, MFM will be hoping to witness a repeat of the miracle that helped them secure their NPFL status last season when they defeated FC Mfa Yuba with 10 men. The Olukoya boys will be hoping to steal all 3 points from Maiduguri when they battle El Kanemi Warriors, and also hoping that Rangers do them a favor by running away from the Rangpam Stadium with all 3 points. Akwa United will be hoping to keep their promise of bringing continental football to the people of Akwa Ibom State when they welcome 4-time Nigerian champions Kano Pillars at the nest of champions. 1 point will guarantee their CAF Confederation Cup ticket if Eimba fail to beat Katsina United in Calabar, as only 1 point separate both sides. Nasarawa United entertained ABS FC, shooting all away at Niger Tornadoes, but Tornadoes could get 3 points without kicking a ball after players of Shooting Stars embarked on an indefinite strike over unpaid wages. Other games on Saturday will see Remo Stars take on Sunshine Stars. Rivers United travel to Abia Warriors.
Okay, it's going to be an interesting weekend. Our season's finale tomorrow on Saturday. I've got sports journalist Ademola Lawrence with me in the studio. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mario. How are you doing?
I'm very well. Well, there's only one place to start this morning, and it's going to be, the title running between Plateau United and MFM FC. Simply put, who will it be for you, Plateau United or MFM?
I think to a very large extent, I need to commend the LMC for a good job. And if you look at it, this is one of the most competitive seasons that we have seen in the Nigerian Professional League. And coming to the fact that Plateau United and MFM for the first time, if any of them win it, that means they're winning for the very first time. MFM on the other side, they're a very good side. They prove worthy of what they can do. This is their second season in the Nigerian Professional League, and they have actually proved that they can actually take it, depending on what Plateau United plays out. So if Plateau United, but if you look at it on a scale of 1 to 10, I think MFM might just snatch it.
It's really very interesting for I keep saying LMC. MFMFC indeed. Just on the final day of last season, they survived relegation. And on this final day, they have a shot at the title. How incredible is that?
It just shows you that the league has actually grown. That's the first point, of course. The league has actually grown. And this is what you find in the place of when the league is growing. So in the place of that, then you can find where MFMFC last season, they were struggling for relegation. Now this year, they're about to get into the to clinch the trophy. So that's why I said the league is growing. So it's a good one for them. Even if they don't take it, it's a good one for MFMFC.
But Plateau United, definitely it's going to be history for them. Any side that wins tomorrow, either Plateau United or MFMFC, because it will
1 to 10, I think MFM might just snatch it.
It's really very interesting for sorry, I keep saying LMC. MFMFC indeed, just on the final day of last season, they survived relegation. And on this final day, they have a shot at the title. How incredible is that?
It just shows you that the league has actually grown. That's the first point, of course. The league has actually grown. And this is what you find in the place of when the league is growing. So in the place of that, then you can find where MFMFC last season, they were struggling for relegation. Now this year, they're about to get into the to clinch the trophy. So that's why I said the league is growing. So it's a good one for them. Even if they don't take it, it's a good one for MFMFC.
But Plateau United, definitely it's going to be history for them. Any side that wins tomorrow, either Plateau United or MFMFC, because it will be the first time either side will be winning this title. Would you call them worthy champions?
I think to a large extent, give it to Plateau United. They've actually proved what it takes, to be on that table for a very long time. MFMFC, don't take anything away from them. They've also proved what it takes to also be worthy champions. So it's a 50-50 game. But like I said, if I have to go by the fixtures that both teams have on this weekend, I think I'll give it to MFMFC.
Well, they both. It's interesting that they both featured in the league last season. What would you say changed for these two sides, both MFMFC and Plateau United? Is it the coaching? Is it proper management structure? You've got two young coaches in Kennedy Boboye and Fidelis Lechuku for both Plateau United and MFMFC. Indeed. So what really changed between last season for them and now?
I think it's a spirit that the both coaches bring into the team. It's a different ball game where you have coaches who are, let me don't use the word slippery. But the truth of the matter is when you have a coach who is very, very, very on his toes and he knows what to do, he has a spirit and he knows exactly what to tell the players. So I think for MFMFC, what actually plays out, what actually plays out for MFMFC on the other side is the fact that when the last season, when they were on relegation, now they went back to the drawing board. Look at what exactly can be done to make them win the Nigerian Professional League. And they see that they can actually put in more determination, focus, planning, structure to make everything work for them. For Plateau United on the other side, you can actually say that they've been in the Nigerian Professional League for a very long time, so they know the pros and cons of how it's going to play out, and they had to work on what they want at the end of the season, and I think it's working for them.
Okay, it's really working for them. We'll leave it at that for a moment. We are still here talking about the title running tomorrow in the Nigerian Professional Football League. An interesting one indeed. But we'll go on a very short break now and return with more on that. All right, welcome back. It's still Sport on the Breakfast Show this morning, and I've got with me in the studio another Nigerian Football League expert, Aikoje Ojekere, joining us in the studio. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mayowa. My pleasure.
Yeah, great to have you again. You were here yesterday to look at what we are talking about this morning, and I was asking him before you came in to the studio, how do you see the title running between Plateau United and MFMFC shaping up tomorrow?
It's going to be exciting. Exciting in the sense that, no thanks to Rivers United. When they went to Jos, they delayed the victory party. Otherwise, it would have been, United would have been ready for the victory party. But then it's going to be decided tomorrow, which makes it more exciting. But for MFM, I mean, the exit of Stephen Ode, no doubt will affect the team. They still have Sikiro Olatubosun, and he'll be the one to anchor the whole thing for them. In the middle, they have Chukwuka, Noah, Akuneto. But then I think the exit of Ode, first of all, has reduced the potency of the attack. And secondly, the fact that they're going to Maiduguri. Maiduguri certainly is not a good hunting ground. Two teams, Shooting Stars and Rivers United, got points out of Maiduguri for the first time this year. In a long time, teams have been going there to lose. Even the big teams, Pillars, Eyimba, all lost points there. And MFM have been bad travelers. I mean, sometimes they get pumped as much as 3-4 goals in away games, though they won at Sunshine, but then that's a long time ago. Going to this particular game, it's going to be interesting, but I mean, from what I see, I think the title is already Plateau United. El Kanemi will not want to lose at home. They've dropped points twice, and so they won't want to drop points again. They won't even want to share points. They want to claim maximum points, end the season on a high, and you know, let it end that way. And for Plateau United, usually for Nigerian teams, if you're okay, let's take the last match, the 37. Nasarawa came to Lagos, and we all thought they were going to stop MFM, delay MFM's you know, qualification. But what happened? 2 goals. So usually the mentality of a Nigerian team and the mentality of the home team, when you're going out and you have, it's like mathematically you can delay or stop the home team from winning, it doesn't happen because the team goes with that mentality of, can we, I mean, it's already their title. Why do we want to go and spoil their party? You know, and that's the mentality of the teams when they go. And when they get on the pitch, since you already have that upstairs, you get on the pitch, there's little you can do. The body is not, you know, already the spirit is saying, let's let these guys, it's their title, let them celebrate it now.
Oh, okay, let's look at MFM FC. If they end up losing this title to Plateau United, they will have themselves to blame, like he rightly said. They've gone away to some away matches this season, resting key players. And if you look at those matches they've lost on the road, if they had picked perhaps 1 point from at least maybe 3 away matches this season, we'll be saying a different story by now.
Yeah, I want to agree with you, but you know, at the same time, I don't think they should bite that on too much. Reason being that just last season, you were fighting for relegation. This season, if you come up second on the log table, it's a good thing because you're representing the continent, you're representing Nigeria at the continental level. So I don't think they should bite themselves too much. But on the other hand, like he rightly said, if you look at what MFM have pulled up, going away, you know, not really doing well, and I'm losing Ode now, you know, but Sikiro Olatubosun is still there for them, and the whole burden will lie on Sikiro Olatubosun. But at the same time, you know, I want to believe that in the spirit of we want to win it, in the spirit, like I said, in the spirit of we want to win it, we can make history. They can pull off strong. But if, as it looks like, you know, as it looks like now, you want to say the Plateau United, they are good to go. You know, they are really good to go. But I still have my fingers crossed. I think MFM
everybody does indeed, because let's paint a proper picture for you here. Just 1 point separates these two sides going into the final round of fixtures. Plateau United are on 63 points and MFM FC have got 62, which means if MFM win at El Kanemi Warriors, which is not totally impossible because it's the final game of the season, they will unleash all their arsenal against El Kanemi Warriors and Plateau United stumble. Maybe perhaps a 1-1 draw at home.
I mean, let me say emphatically, Plateau United can't stumble at home. I mean, this is a chance to celebrate.
Sorry to cut you. You sound so confident. The general manager of MFMFC was here yesterday, and he still believes they can pull off.
I told him same thing.
Okay.
I told him same thing. That even before we got on air, I told him, I said, you guys should lose. I mean, you have double celebration. They said it was triple, that they're going to win the title. I said triple. I said, it can't work. I mean, not in football, it can work. I mean, if you understand me, anything can happen in football, you know. But then, truth is, as it concerns the last day activity, first of all, for a club that is just 2 years old in the NPFL, begin with modest achievements. Like you said, last year they struggled.
Maybe they could do a Leicester.
Okay, they can't. I mean, they can't do a Leicester. Okay, why? Okay, let's assume assumptions now. They will win. Why that same assumption? Why won't it apply for Plateau United? Rangers have had a bad season, terrible season. Yes. You agree with me? I mean, we can calculate everything. Champions League, they crashed. Confederation Cup, they crashed. ITO Cup, they crashed out. This one, the league have been very bad. You know, even fans have turned their backs on the team. They only came on the last. It was okay. Let us get something from Eyimba. They got the draw. So in this, you know, going to this game, against Plateau United. Honestly, Rangers won't put any fight there.
How do you see the representation of the country in the CAF Champions League next season? These two sides, Plateau United and MFM FC, are relatively inexperienced sides on the continent. You know,
to a large extent, I've actually been thinking of that. Plateau United, MFM FC, representing Nigeria at the continental level. It's going to be a big deal, seriously, if you ask me. For the fact that, you know, let's look at Enyimba, look at Rangers, look at Canopilas, you know, they've got the pedigree, they know what it takes. Of course, in the last 5 or 6 years, you know, Nigerian clubs have not been able to pull through to where we want them to be. But, you know, but if you look at MFM and Plateau United, I think to a large extent, they might not likely pull that strength like the way others did, you know, because one, the experience is different. It's just like when you say Champions League, UEFA Champions League. It's not the same thing when you are playing in the same terrain that you play every week in, week out. We are going to another terrain, of course, in the same Africa. We are playing the same African clubs, but at the largest, you are playing different teams from different countries. Okay,
let me just ask you this now.
There's a first time for everybody in Mayowa.
There's always a first time.
If there's only a first time.
In 1989, Bender United. In its year, they were called Flash Flamingos. They lost the cup to Leventis United. Then the following year, 1989, Leventis disbanded, Abela disbanded. Flash became Bender United. They played for the first time in the defunct, you know, African Cup Winners' Cup. They reached the finals. They lost.
Okay, so perhaps an exception. Quickly, who would join Gombe Remo Stars in the relegation? Shooting Stars. Yeah. Okay, that's where we end it.
There's one more to go anyway. The first team is going down, but the shooting is confirmed because they can't win.
Okay, all right.
We are Niger Tornadoes.
Okay, thank you very much indeed for your time on the Breakfast Show this morning.
Thank you,
Akoje and Lawrence.
Thank you very much.